box. Again, still has quite an army advantage, and Roaches and Hydralisks so very good against gateway units. We see a lot of photon cannons being prepared by Axslav. He just has a few gateway units as well. He might be in trouble here. There's a lot of Zerg units. If we check the production tab, more Zerglings and Hydralisks pouring out for Titan, and doing a little bit of poking at the front door, trying to take down a warp gate, take down one of the production structures of Axslav. We see some good force fields going there. With the range of 4 on these Roaches, the force field is going to keep them at the back. See the Roaches taking down one of those gateways, trying to do their best to work in here. Some of the Hydralisks and Roaches in the back are not able to attack and focus fire down these gateway units. The Void Rays are still doing very good damage, one with 13 kills in the back, trying to keep good range on the Roaches. They do armored or bonus damage to the armored Roaches. Now these Hydralisks poking in here, and they may have to retreat, as Axslav did a good job defending that. Some great force fields there. He had quite the disadvantage in the army tab, but has actually been able to turn it around. Gets up an Immortal as well. Good response to those Roaches. And now Titan is just pulling back. There's a lot of units pouring out here, more and more Hydralisks. He's shooting ahead again in the army tab, bringing a few Queens as well, so they are able to transfuse. It's basically, it heals a unit all the way up to full. It's like having another Hydralisk or Roach. If we check out the APM for both players, 231 for Titan compared to the 82 of Axslav. So the Zerg player just going crazy with button clicking here. Taking down a free pylon there. And it is going to limit the number of units that Axslav can warp in here. We see a robotics bay on the way for Axslav, so I'm not sure whether it's going to be enough to ward away these Hydras and these Roaches. Titan wants to push in here, threatening. It's got quite a big force, 2,800 to 2,800 now. We see a number of force fields going up as well. So these Hydras in the back are going to be able to attack. They do have that 5 range. Not sure he's researched the Hydra range yet. That would be very good. And his forces are just being toasted here by these Void Rays. Axslav doing a good job. Every time a Void Ray gets low, 1 down to 5 HP, pulling it back. Now Titan forced to retreat with this Queen. And Axslav turning the tables a little bit. Now 2,100 compared to the 1,300. Titan doing his best to try to reinforce his army here. He has poked down that front door. Not much to wall off. He could get some Speedlings in there later on in the game. Axslav looking to possibly establish another base down here, a 3rd. We do not see the Zerg player establishing a 3rd base quite yet, though he has the exact same timing in mind. See good creep spread all around for Titan, so that's going to give him vision. The Protoss player not going to be able to come in with any sort of air pressure in the main or the natural without being seen by that creep early. Do you see both players attempting to get up these 3rds? Titan moving across, taking that tower, and that's going to provoke a response from Axslav. He's going to have to pull units down here to defend against these Roaches. Roaches want to focus fire down those cannons before they can get up. Axslav positioning his forces also with that Colossus. Does not have the extended thermal lance quite yet. It's about 3/4 of the way done. Positioning to defend this 3rd. Whoever's able to get up that 3rd and keep up in the economic game could have quite the advantage as we move forward here. Looks like Titan using that creep spread and the new path that he did open up earlier, poking into the natural of Axslav here. Trying to take down these probes as they do attempt to transfer over to that 3rd, so taking a lot of probe damage there. Not going to be very saturated in that 3rd, and doing a nice job just pulling back as the army of Axslav pulls up to try to defend. We see a split army for Axslav at this point. Has to keep army in multiple places. Zerg's just so easy to move around once you do have that creep spread. Titan and Axslav both have their bases up. Looks like we have both forces moving out. Axslav taking on the southern base here. We see a lot of drones there being transferred. Titan as well poking up into the natural of Axslav. Both players trying to do as much damage as they can. Axslav was able to take down the hatchery very quickly by Titan, but Titan has gotten up into his natural. It looks like Titan is in fact going to be pulling back here. So anticipating the army returning, just wants to take a little bit off the top of that base. But he did lose his hatchery, and his opponent does have up the 3rd. Now we see some Mutalisks coming out, perhaps in response to those Colossi. Corruptors would be very good against the Colossi, but the Void Rays do bonus damage to the armored Corruptors, so Mutalisks might be a smarter decision. Do see the Mutalisks and the Roaches and Hydras being spread out here so that they do not take too much damage from the Colossi, and so they can get into that concave shape very quickly. Mutalisk pushing into the main here of Axslav, hoping to get some scouting information and do a little bit of damage to the remaining probes here. Check out the probe count. It is falling rapidly for Axslav. He was up to about 60, now down to the low 50s, and he is pushing out here towards the southern portion of Titan's base. Titan has not gotten up that third again, is now psi-capped after Axslav was able to take down a number of Overlords there. And Titan's going to have to rally all of his forces here, try to take down this ball of Protoss units. We see more force fields going up there, trying to slow down these units from getting into the front. See more and more force fields keeping these Roaches and Hydralisks at bay in the back. A number of transfuse going off from those Queens as well. And we see the Immortals doing a lot of damage against the Roaches there, really chewing them up. Colossus taking down those Hydralisks as they do position themselves in a concave. These Queens coming in, trying to get transfuses off on these Hydralisks as well. But just so many force fields, really keeping all of Titan's units at bay. They're not able to engage all at once here. Titan, a little bit of commentary on his play. I felt like he was really far ahead in multiple parts of this game, and just towards the very end fell apart a little bit. Axslav able to move forward with quite a large, strong force. The Immortals, the Colossus, and the Void Rays. Let's see if there's that one Void Ray. It might have died there, but one was up to 15 plus kills. So able to do a lot of damage with just a few units. Those force fields were beautiful, keeping the Zerg player back and unable to get it all in and close together with his units all at once, which is what you really want to do. And Force Field can be a tremendously powerful spell. So Titan sort of letting himself down and his team here. Felt he should have won that one. Gives the GG. And we see EG going up 3 games to 2. So Axslav was able to knock off 2 members of vVv Gaming here. And now vVv will be down to their last player. And he will have to take out both players from EG. So EG has 2 shots to knock off the final player of vVv Gaming. I will go ahead and bring you Game 6 of this clan war, where EG hopes to win it, and vVv hopes to tie it up at 3 games apiece and force a Game 7. I will see you there. Thanks for watching this one. Take care.